United are in fine fettle. 3 goals at Wigan served to confirm that last weekend, and 3 more against Copenhagen in the Champions League made Alex Ferguson a contented man. His tail is up for this, especially with Liverpool short of goals and points, despite Bellamy's effort against Blackburn. Results have been mixed for Rafa Benitez, and he won't want a repeat of last season's game here when Rio Ferdinand won it dramatically for United in stoppage time. A warm welcome to Old Trafford on one of those special days in the football calendar. The day when Manchester United and Liverpool meet. I'm John Champion. With me in the stadium is David Pleat. And between them, these sides have won 33 league championships. They are the 2 most successful clubs in the history of English football. They've each had periods of domination. They're both striving to return to former glories. Here they come, led by the respective captains. On the left, Steven Gerrard, and on the right, Gary Neville. In front of a Premier League record crowd of 75,500 people here at Old Trafford. So much incident across the history of this fixture. It's been the day in the not-too-distant past when Eric Cantona made his return after a lengthy ban, when Rio Ferdinand did likewise after his 8 months out. That was only 2 years ago. And now 2 managerial heavyweights doing battle against one another in Sir Alex Ferguson and the Spaniard Rafa Benitez. It is a raw, vibrant atmosphere as Gary Neville leads the parade of handshakes. David, you've seen many a fixture between these 2 famous clubs. Where does the significance really stem from when Manchester United play Liverpool?
Well, they are the 2 most successful clubs of all time in British or English league football. And of course, the great rivalry has heightened in the last few years as Manchester United has wrested the crown of the top team from Liverpool.
Nice to see the embrace between the 2 managers. There is a spirit of reconciliation in the air between Manchester United and Liverpool. There have been some unsavoury incidents involving the supporters of both clubs in recent years, and both sides are very eager to put that behind them. So the 2 sets of players ready. Let's have a look at the team news. Manchester United are strengthened by the return of Neville and Ferdinand at the back, and by the presence of Ryan Giggs on the left of midfield. It's Rooney and Zaha up front. Ronaldo has ankle trouble, picked up in training, so he's fit enough only for the bench. Darren Fletcher starts instead, and Paul Scholes becomes only the 9th player in the history of the club to make 500 appearances. His debut was against Port Vale in the League Cup in 1994. As for Liverpool, they're unchanged. Sorry, just testing. That's a ridiculous notion given the way Benitez rotates constantly. And today, for the 97th game in a row, he resists the temptation to leave well alone. In fact, he couldn't really have done that because Craig Bellamy has a calf injury, so he's using a 4-2-3-1 formation with Garcia and Gonzalez providing width, and Steven Gerrard, the captain, making his 350th appearance for the club. And before kick-off, a special presentation being made to Sir Bobby Charlton, now a United director, forever a legendary player here, and a man who 50 years ago this month made his debut as a 19-year-old for Manchester United. Many of his colleagues and indeed opponents out there to honour him. Sir Tom Finney being introduced to the crowd. David, some wonderful faces, some wonderful reputations.
Yes, absolutely. Great players, hard players, skillful players, wonderful records of appearances, often untroubled by injury, had wonderful careers. People like Callaghan of Liverpool, Tommy Smith, the Iron Man of Liverpool. Lovely to Tom Finney there, a great player. Bobby Charlton, of course, and Billy Foulkes, the famous centre-back. Roger Hunt, of course, who was in the England World Cup squad in '66. A wonderful array of talent, and all supporting the better relationships between supporters and showing the camaraderie that exists amongst players.
So Bobby Charlton turns 70 next year. It seems inconceivable. But there he is with Sir Alec Ferguson, receiving his memento of the 50th anniversary of his debut as a Manchester United player. And received, as one would expect, extremely warmly by this full house, this enormous full house of 75,000 plus people. This is football, this is theatre on a grand scale these days at Old Trafford. And now that they've filled in the corners and increased the capacity so dramatically, it bears comparison with any of the great stadia across Europe. And one other occasion, quite rightly being marked, as Sir Bobby Charlton comes forward to present Paul Scholes with his memento on the occasion of his 500th Manchester United appearance. Born barely a goal kick away in Salford, unassuming, unsung, maybe underrated, but a wonderful servant, and he remains that to this day. 500 games, 131 goals, 6 Premier League titles, 66 caps for England. Referee, ready to get us underway, is Graham Poll. The sides ranked 1 and 2 in the all-time history of league football in England do battle, and sometimes it has been a battle. This is the Barclays English Premier League, the cutting edge thereof, and it's Manchester United immediately on the attack with Patrice Evra, who's held off the challenge of Ainsay to keep his place in the side today. Ainsay just falling short of full match fitness. Now, David, coming into this game, I think the general perception in the UK is that Manchester United are favourites. Have you go along with that?
Yes, on the strength of their winning start as opposed to Liverpool, who've won 3 and lost 3 at this moment. Liverpool scored 9, conceded 9. Not enough goals for a team that's going to challenge for the top of the league. By the same token, Manchester United have scored 17, and they've shown all their instincts without the inspired form yet of Wayne Rooney.
Here's Garcia for Dirk Kuyt. And now Marc Gonzalez. Gerrard just arrived a fraction too soon. Here's Ryan Giggs. Manchester United with 4 wins back-to-back coming into this fixture. He scored 9 goals and conceded just 1 in the process, as John Arnorisa tries what's known in these parts as a Xabi Alonso.
Well, it would have been quite an incredible start had that succeeded, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He just wasn't going for the spectacular. He spotted the goalkeeper, the tall Van der Sar, off his line, and he went for it. Counts as a goal effort, off target.
John Arnorisa is one of those with 1 or 2 problems, insofar as half of his family support Manchester United. Here's Ferdinand.
Van der Sar organising his defensive troops, trying to hold the edge of the box. Hippier has this ball.
In for Garcia. Xabi Alonso. Gerrard. Repelled by Vidic. Finnan. And then a push. The flag is up on the far side, signalling the foul. Rio Ferdinand left on the deck.
Could have been a nasty injury there, particularly as it's a talking point at the moment in the British game. Czech having been injured, that little back pass there, the referee had blown, but just look as that ball came back. It could have caught his knee in a bad way there, Van der Sar, but free kick given, Van der Sar's okay. Liverpool playing an interesting formation. Sissoko and Alonso holding in front of the back four. Gerrard playing slightly on the right-hand side. We thought he might play a little bit higher up the field, off kite, but he's playing on the right, and Gonzalez and Garcia, diminutive but quick and elusive, they're playing either side and deeper of the centre-forward count.
Got a glimpse in passing there of the match referee, Graham Poll, for whom this is also a return to the big time. From a relatively low-key start to the season after his troubles at the World Cup with his 3 yellow cards.
I have to say, John, he has refereed 1 or 2 games, of course, already this season. In fact, probably more than any other of the senior referees. The one thing about Paul is, I don't think the problem that he had in the World Cup will have affected him. He's a very calm, controlled, confident, very confident man.
And he was pleased to be out, I know, on Champions League duty this past week. He had a trip to Athens for the Olympiacos-Roma game, which was decided by a goal scored by a Mancunian, if you stretch a point. Simone Perotta, born in Ashton-under-Lyne, on the outskirts of Manchester, got the Roma winner, and Graham Poll only had to issue 1 yellow card. This is Sissoko. Gerrard. Garcia. Trying to get it inside the fullback Neville.
Gonzalez is very quick, and they may try and exploit that. His pace on the left-hand side, try and get on the inside of Gary Neville. Of course, a good fullback is always covering off his centre-back shoulder and shouldn't allow that ball, but a clever passer like Alonso could always manage to slide one through during the course of the game. And watch for Gonzalez, he's dangerous from that position.
Here's Giggs. Scholes. Dribbling for Fletcher. Now it's Rooney. And here comes Gary Neville, charging forward. And out by Hurpier. Fletcher. And now Sissoko with a bit more time, helped by Alonso. Buccaneering run by the Manchester United captain, Gary Neville.
Superb covering there by Fletcher to cut out the ball by Gerrard. Similar ball to which Scholes did brilliantly to get from left to right just previously.
Foul there by Gerrard on Evra. You expect meaty challenges in this fixture. Evra hasn't been with Manchester United for that long, but perhaps slightly over the top. He described this as the best fixture in club football when asked earlier this week. Given away. Here's Gonzalez. Now it's Dirk Kuyt. Alonso. Gerrard.
Lots of space there when Gerrard played that ball into the penalty spot area for Kuyt. Ferdinand was tracking in, but there was a good angle there and a good space for Gerrard to put that ball in. Just watch this ball as it goes in. Could easily have caught Manchester out there. Ferdinand refusing to hold the line as the other defenders did.
Rooney. No free kick, says Graham Poll. We've talked about the milestones of Scholes. 500 appearances for Manchester United today. Gerrard his 350th. For Liverpool, it's Wayne Rooney's 100th game for Manchester United this afternoon. And whilst the goal remains elusive, his form in the last couple of games has improved markedly. Saha breaks for Fletcher, having made the block, and here comes Reina, and he's lost it, and Liverpool need help, which comes from Alonso. And Rita then charged down by Rooney, but Pepe Reina took a risk, got away with it.
Tremendous tenacity there by Fletcher, really responding to the importance of the game there. As Reina came, I thought he might have made a mistake there to come out of his goal for that. Twice, Fletcher's determination managed to keep the ball in play.
And in retrospect, right or wrong by the goalkeeper?
It's a difficult one. It was right because in the end he was successful and they didn't concede a goal. But I have to say it was a dangerous ploy. I think he misjudged the area to come, or the pace of the ball.
He's known for his moments of impetuosity, Pepe Reina, and there was one such. But it remains goalless. Louis Saha. Rooney. To get across the face of the defender and to win the corner.
Rooney's getting across that near post area. When you have a goal drought, often the manager says, you know, don't wait for the ball, just gamble, go across that near post. He's looking for that run all the time to try and get across the face of the first defender for any low cross. But it goes beyond him. If he misses it, it doesn't matter, it causes confusion.
Michael Carrick to take. Neville. Once more Carrick. Good block by Kaut.
Hard-working player. Carrick just a little bit slow to put the ball in.
Fletcher. Referee spots that he was impeded and was awarded a free kick. This offers possibilities. Ryan Giggs is coming across.
In swinging ball, it means the back line have to defend very deep onto the edge of the 6-yard box. Real problems for the goalkeeper.
Paul has raised his whistle to show the Liverpool players that the free kick will only be taken when he blows it. Giggs has a devilish delivery like that. Vidic rising, comes back out to Ferdinand. Evra, Saha, and then Gerrard out.
Evra's cross was a little bit milky, just drifted high to the back post.
Garcia, Alonso.
High quality start, fast passing, good width. Fletcher out on the right for Manchester, holding this line. Giggs on the left for United. And Gerrard keeping his distance over on that far right-hand side. Makes more passing angles in the centre of the field, gives them targets, and the likes of Scholes, who can play good balls, longer driven balls wide, gives them good targets.
Sir Alex Ferguson said something this past week, David, I never ever thought I'd hear him say. He thanked England for giving Rooney a couple of games recently. Thought the internationals were a tremendously good idea.
Yeah, well, as a Scotsman, everything Alex says to do with England is tongue-in-cheek.
Point being, though, that he feels that Rooney has needed football and England have given him a couple of extra matches. Out strides Benitez into his technical area. And in front of him, here's Saha. It's a good escape, and he was tripped by Sissoko.
Well, I think it's a fair bet. I don't know if he'll be the first in the book today, Sissoko, but he'll eventually probably get into the book. A tackler, great energy. He's been a very good addition to the Liverpool ranks, but he taps the ankle like that, he's going to get a free kick against him, and he's going to have to hope they don't suffer as a result of it.
Evra. Giggs. There is Sissoko. Xabi Alonso. Momentary hush, comparatively at least, around Old Trafford. It's difficult for 75,000 to be totally quiet. Alonso. Ferdinand. There's Sami Hyypiä. Sissoko just got to it first. Now it's Gerrard. Liverpool beginning today 8 points behind Manchester United. Rooney going in, conceding a free kick.
A calm play by Finnan there, almost inducing the challenge of Rooney. He knows Rooney's challenging him, he knows he's going to get a challenge probably from behind. He came across the side of him, but Cole correct to give the free kick. Beautiful day for football, no wind, nice, beautifully grassed pitch.
Carragher. Hyypiä is forward. Beaten in the air by Ferdinand. Liverpool have a throw. Rio Ferdinand, who decided this game last season, right at the end, last minute. And in the very recent past, in league games at least, it's Manchester United who've had the upper hand. A win and a draw last season, the double the season before. Liverpool got a modicum of revenge by winning an FA Cup fifth-round tie at Anfield back in February through a Peter Crouch goal. Zaha, crowd appreciated that. Carrick didn't appreciate that. Alonso. Risa. Alonso blocking the attempt by Giggs to clear.
Liverpool hustling well in the middle third of the field.
And then Zaha impeded by Carragher.
Zaha's made a good start. It was he who jumped for that cross, took it on his chest and appealed for a penalty, and started very confidently. Had rather a poor game in terms of finishing during the week. Missed a succession of chances. Looks as though whatever Ferguson's done with the psychology stakes has lifted him for today's game.
Giggs. Good header under pressure by Hyypiä. Rooney. And still. And then Carragher has got a piece of it. And Graham Poll quickly on the scene.
Tremendously competitive for such a young man. Has such a strength, the ability to resist the challenge. A very tough player for one so young.
2 days short of his 21st birthday, which arrives on Tuesday.
I bet you hadn't written an autobiography by the time you were 21, young man, champion.
Certainly not one in 5 volumes, David.
No. But you've done a lot before you were 21, I suppose.
Nothing to compare with him. Benitez is fidgeting on the touchline today. Won't stay in his seat for long.
Awful ball that was for Gerrard to look after. More or less said to Hyypiä, keep it down, that's what the grass is for, to play this ball along the deck. Manchester just posing the greater attacking threat in this first period of the game.
form, certainly domestically. 8 games in the Barclays English Premier League, 6 wins, a draw at Reading, a defeat here against Arsenal to a solitary goal. Here's Rooney. Plenty of space for Ryan Giggs. And Risa helps it behind.
I think he was already going down, caught completely off balance. I thought Giggs had a chance to whack that hard and low across the face of the box, or even go for goal after he was set up by that clever bit of play.
Carrick. Came off Vidic. Saha pushed out. And a stroke of fortune for Reina in that it fell to a compatriot, a teammate, Gonzalez.
Well, you see Saha here come off the post, and then he comes unmarked. He just creeps off the post. He's unmarked to hit that right foot shot back across the goal. It's a very interesting position he took up there on the post, so the man who's marking can't leave the post. And Saha drifted into a loose position.
Carrick. Second time they've used that ploy in this game. Neville. Here. Here's Giggs, and then Fletcher. Finally Sissoko, finding Luis Garcia. Gonzalez. He's not going to get right round Carrick, but he is going to get a corner.
No, good defensive work by Carrick there. He realised the danger of the speedy player. Speedy Gonzalez.
It's only a matter of time, David, isn't it?
Pound to charity, John.
As his want is forward for this. There are 5 Liverpool players inside the Manchester United penalty area. Risa. Saha with the header. Sissoko. And here comes Gerrard trying to retrieve. Garcia. Gonzalez. That's nice from Ferdinand. Giggs. To the 500 man, Paul Scholes. Saha. Neville. Just out for a throw.
And it's not the quality we expect from the England regular right back, captain of Manchester United.
Go back, says referee Paul to Steve Finnan.
Very interesting, the psychology. We'll watch this attack develop of the fact that Benitez is out in the technical area all the time.
Fletcher. Here comes Gary Neville. Block tackle by Herpier. Ball's got stuck beneath him. Referee allowed it to continue.
And correctly so. 1 or 2 tough challenges. I'm just looking at Benitez. It's as though he wants to be associated with his team today. He's got 75,000 people here, 70,000 of which are supporting for Manchester. He wants to be one of his team. Normally he would sit relatively calmly in the bench at Liverpool. He wouldn't be down on the technical area like that, away from Alex Miller and his other assistants. He normally sits alongside them, talks to them occasionally. Here he's on his own. He's making all the hand signals. He feels as though he wants to be part of them today, as though they're the enemy under fire.
That's a fair point. It's suppose the other difference is that from his seat at Anfield he can actually make a point to players. He's close enough, whereas here there's a little moat around the pitch. You feel a bit more detached, do you, from down there?
Yes, you do, actually. When you sit here as a manager in the slightly elevated seats, you do feel you're away from the team. It's not like sitting in one of those little, what do they call them, hutches, or whatever most managers and coaches sit in. The little boxes. Now they have benches and even padded heated seats, I'm told, at some rather suave clubs.
Did you have those at Luton, David?
No, but I'm told they've got them now at Tottenham. But Luton were just a happy club. Still are.
This goals for Manchester United. Giggs. Two ahead of him. One of them is Louis Saha. Rooney is central. Saha goes alone. Goalkeeper spilt it first time. Wonderful mover, Louis Saha. There's something almost feline about his movement.
Yes, indeed. Cutting inside on his right foot. Makes the angle, lets it go straight at Reina. That was the power that made him drop the ball. Maybe if he had looked for the curler, he might have had more success, but a good effort. He started well, Saha.
Foul by Kaut. Jumped into Vidic. Reina extended, tested by Louis Saha. He's got off to a good start to the season. 6 goals in the first 10 games. It is noticeable that now that there's no Van Nistelrooy, the goals are being spread around much more in this Manchester United side. 11 different goal scorers already this season. Rooney. Scholes. Now Giggs. Danger for Liverpool.
Once again, Giggs might have made more of a cross. Just feel that for all his brilliance at running with the ball under control, his hard work, his fantastic all-round skills, the only thing that lets him down occasionally is ability to pick out the perfect cross.
Fletcher was having his shirt tugged there by Alonso. Minor confrontation involving Fletcher.
Yeah, Fletcher, quite a fiery character. Not really confrontational, but very determined. I think he'd rather play more centrally in midfield than on the right, where he has to rely on other people getting him the ball.
Forward by Neville.
Playing very well, hippie up.
Fletcher well in. Discomforted Alonso. Here's Evra. Disappointment from the crowd at that ball. Sissoko. Good work by Scholes. And he was then pulled back by Sissoko. It's not Sissoko's first offence.
Well, that's the charity.
Called that quarter of an hour ago.
It's almost as though the manager knows as well that Sissoko is such a vital player for him. He's just made some kind of exasperated gesture on the line, as though he told them before the game, be careful, Momo, we don't want you in the book early, putting us under pressure. We want you out there as long as possible making the tackles. And all of a sudden now he is under that little bit of pressure. Certainly from the crowd, they're going to roar every time now he makes a tackle, no matter how clean the tackle.
Scholes. Rooney. Neville to Carrick. Sissoko turns defence into attack. Here's Gonzalez. Oh, wild swing. In fact, it may still play on for Kaut. Vidic. Out again. Gonzalez.
The way Gonzalez and Garcia are playing in picking up that space in between the back four and the midfield. Liverpool are able to mount counter-attacks against Manchester. Manchester aren't able to keep the pressure on all the time. They are the dominant team, they are having the major share of possession, but Liverpool are able to break out. It's quite clever the way Benitez has picked his team here. It's forced Rooney to play slightly deeper just to help the Scholes and Carrick in midfield. Carrick so far isn't having the best of luck with his passing.
Alonso. Gerrard. Gonzalez is beginning to motor, but not that far forward.
Yeah, that's the ball. They'll be looking inside of Neville. Gerrard beginning to drift a little infield to stabilise and make the numbers up.
Scholes, fulcrum for Manchester United. Saha. There's the role of the rapier. Not this time. This is a fairly Spanish approach from Liverpool. Quite a number of teams in La Liga tend to play this 4-2-3-1 shape.
Yeah, well, two holding players. I mean, both of the midfield players, Alonso and Sissoko, can both play, but they like this quick ball, this quick break. They like to induce the opposition onto them and then break against them with runners from midfield. Provided you've got a hard-working front man who can accept the ball and try and hold the ball and give them a chance to get out, of course, it's an effective way of playing, and there's no question about it. Benitez thinks about his team very much, his tactics, his selection.
Here's Rooney. One touch to control, second touch never came, thanks to Finnan. The chest of Garcia to Marc Gonzalez. He fancies his chances against Ferdinand. There's Dirk Kuyt. What a good chance.
Well, had a chance to beat his fellow Dutchman there and he failed. Super ball by Gonzalez. That's exactly what you were talking about, John, the breakout there, the quick ball to Gonzalez, the break down the left, the speed against Ferdinand. He recovered to get his balance and play it in with his right foot and found Kuyt at the back post. Good chance. Here's Rooney's effort, well covered by Finnan. Third of the game gone. Liverpool, I think, will be quite happy. They've resisted United's early surge and they're beginning to play themselves with a little bit more rhythm.
Balls away to our right in the corner of the ground, populated by Liverpool supporters, as Peter Crouch makes his first appearance off the bench. Do some exercises. Saha. Rooney. Neville. Saha and Rooney won't get that. Up goes the volume. Here's Scholes. Manchester United's substitutes have appeared now, as if not to be outdone by their Liverpool counterparts. And they've got a much larger roar of acclamation, particularly Solskjaer.
Super play by Kuyt there to dispossess Evra. Just a little bit off the pace, Evra.
Garcia went for it, so did Ferdinand. This is Vidic, back to Van der Sar. Giggs. Here's Rooney. And he picked it up. There were 4 defenders between him and goal. Now there are 6. Saha. Scholes. Rooney. Fletcher made something of it. It did hit Risa on the hand. Referee's assistant had a better view than Graham Poll himself.
Accident. Nothing intentional there. Assistant under terrific pressure from the crowd.
And then down goes Neville. Put on his backside by Xabi Alonso.
Well, the 2 protectors of the back 4, Alonso and Sissoko, making a lot of midfield challenges. They've just got to be careful. But so far, the game's been played in a relatively good spirit.
Forward goes last season's match winner. Giggs to Scholes, and Scholes will strike, and that was quickly blocked out by Carragher. Manchester United win today, they will be 11 points clear of Liverpool, which at this stage of the season is a big, big gap. Equally, the deficit could be down to 5 if Liverpool win. Chelsea having moved 3 points ahead of Liverpool by playing yesterday and winning. Here's Gonzalez for Liverpool. Got 2 for company, goes himself, and Ferdinand blocks.
Garcia had made a good supporting run. Alonso was deeper of square. But once again, Gonzalez's pace just threatening United, threatening far more down that side are Liverpool than they are on the right-hand side, where Gerrard is restrained and coming infield, and Finnan is supporting from deep. But on this side, the left-hand side, Gonzalez quick to get forward and use his pace, particularly if Neville vacates that space supporting the attack. They switch it very quickly into Gonzalez's path.
Gerrard. Scholes. Liverpool have it back. With dirt count. And hanging from Finnan. Gonzalez. Well, it's a corner, and it's also an injury for Gonzalez.
Caught on his left shin.
Yeah, that looks painful. Karen Fletcher. Talking about the significance of this game, David, it's one that's always billed in red. And of course today, elsewhere in Europe, it's Real Madrid against Barcelona, which they call El Gran Clásico in Spain. Is this the English version of El Gran Clásico?
Possibly. I think you would be discounting the wonderful form of Wenger's Arsenal over the last 10 seasons, which is fantastic. And of course the exciting, new, financially backed Chelsea, who are really big players in the current world scene. They think they're the biggest players in the current world scene.
Those are 2 heavyweights, all right, in by Gerrard. They'll get another chance. It's the 172nd meeting in all competitions. United have the edge over Liverpool, 64 wins to 57. A series of matches that began with a 7-1 Liverpool win 111 years ago this month. And they've been at each other's throats ever since. Gerrard. Fletcher. Alonso. Gerrard created space for himself. Ferdinand blocked. Risa. Luis Garcia counted well to get a piece of it, and Gonzalez swung, and his long-distance shooting is causing him a bit of embarrassment.
But they are showing some ambition, Liverpool. When they do get the ball forward, they are prepared to get players into the box with that deep cross there, headed wide.
Scholes. Rooney. Fed for Giggs. And Scholes has marked his 500th appearance with a goal. And there will be no more popular goal scorer all season long at Old Trafford. Born a stone's throw from this ground. Born to play for Manchester United. And that's a hugely special moment for one of Old Trafford's favourite sons.
Giggs found just that little bit of space to get that ball across the face of the goal. Reina couldn't quite grab it on the edge of his 6-yard box, and Scholes was the predator ready to pounce, and he knew as that ball spiraled into the air that Sami Hyypiä wasn't going to get that ball. There it is, the low cross. Anything can happen with those type of crosses. Reina couldn't get the ball away. Scholes first to react.
Scored 2 on his debut for Sir Alex Ferguson, and now gets 1 500 games later. Wonderful talent, great contributor to the successes of this club. Unassuming, and yet so influential. Even the mention of his name gets a huge cheer. What's Liverpool's response? Here's Gerrard. Count seemed to be having a bit of his shirt tight. Comes out to Xabi Alonso. Paul Scholes is a player who's always eschewed the celebrity lifestyle of some of his teammates down the years. Lives up on the moors outside Manchester in Saddleworth. Still supports Oldham Athletic, a team he follows as a child. And when you ask him who his all-time footballing hero is, it's not Beckham or Giggs or any of the world superstars he's played against. He cites Frankie Bunn because he once scored 5 goals in a cup tie for Oldham against Scarborough.
Yeah, and who signed? I signed Frankie from school.
Don't you start taking the credit now. I'm not having that.
Birmingham boy, recommended by a journalist. Came to Luton Town, lovely boy. Currently coaching at Manchester City. That's an update on Frankie Bunn, Paul Scholes' hero.
Well, Paul Scholes will be a few people's hero. That, by the way, was the 132nd goal of his Manchester United career. And when you think that his career was in doubt earlier this year, the end of last season, because of problems with blurred vision, he's come back terrifically well. 2 goals in the week. He opened his account for the season against Copenhagen on Tuesday here. Ryan Giggs played his part in Scholes' special moment. Zaha, let's fly! Well, there was precious little backlift. No warning the shot was coming.
Very lively first half, Zaha. That's a real goal scorer's effort. When the goalkeeper least expects the shot, he hits it quickly, tries to catch the goalkeeper unawares. Only minutes before half-time.
Carrick. For everyone. Rooney.
It'll be interesting to see now if Benitez, I would expect him to adjust his tactics. I thought they would be relatively successful up until the goal, of course. Goals change games, change tactics, change philosophies. Benitez has now disappeared from the technical area where he was a regular for at least 35 minutes.
Fletcher. And the barge his way past not just Carragher but Lisa. Both technical areas deserted at the moment. It's a fixture that means so much to Manchester United, in particular to their manager, because Liverpool were the benchmark when he arrived just under 20 years ago here from Aberdeen. 15 days short of 20 years in charge. And Liverpool were the team to aim for, the team to try and dethrone. And that's why this fixture is imbued with so much significance. It's the 48th time that Sir Alex Ferguson has faced up to Liverpool with Manchester United. And he's won more than he's lost. Offside, Evra. Xabi Alonso. We're expecting 2 extra minutes at the end of this half. Here's Dirk Kuyt. We had Liverpool's best chance with that free header straight at Van der Sar. Manchester United have had more of the possession and created more peril for their opponents and have scored. Here's Garcia, though, seeking an equaliser. Gonzalez. Sissoko. Xabi Alonso on the back foot as Rooney nipped in. And then Risa was falling in the act of shooting.
An effort almost as spectacular as his second attempt to get the ball over Van der Sar from even deeper. Benitez has gone in to discuss, obviously, the relevant principal points for his half-time team talk, and maybe sometimes it's a good thing to be on your own for about 35 minutes, let the staff be on their own, and then you put your joint voices together before the manager delivers the half-time team talk.
Garcia. It was beneath it, so was Nemanja Vidic, and it came last off the Serbian's head as we move into first half stoppage time. Sissoko. And here's Alonso!
Once again, quick feet on the edge of the box, taking it with his left, transferring it to his right. And the early effort. We've seen some good early shooting today.
Close in for Xabi Alonso. Last 2 goals have been from prodigious distances at Luton and against Newcastle earlier this season. And she's Evra. By Xabi Alonso, brings a free kick.
Somewhat ironic as we approach half-time. I think Saha's been very, very lively, very good, very sharp for United up front, and he's being marked by Hippier, who I have to say also has been excellent in this first period. Excellent.
Dirk Kuyt is surrounded by 3. There is half-time. Big cheer because of the advantage afforded Manchester United by a favoured son, watched by Sir Bobby Charlton. Paul Scholes scored 6 minutes shy of the break to mark his 500th appearance in the first team here. Wonderful moment. richly applauded from every corner of this vast stadium. And it's Sir Alex Ferguson that goes off the happier of the two managers. His side has had more of the ball, has created much more, and most importantly has taken one of the chances to come their way. That converted in the 39th minute by Paul Scholes, born next door in Salford. Half-time in this game of games, Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0.